Today's stage from White Laggan Bothy, above the southern shores of Loch Dee, to St John's Town of Dalry in the Glenkens Valley would be around 14 miles or 22 kilometres, divided neatly into three sections. The first third was relatively flat through commercial forests to Clattering Shores Loch. After a short section on the road, the next would be more strenuous, crossing the lower slopes of the Rins of Kells via a rough trail over Shield Rig, the highest summit of the day, to reach the Glenkens. The final third was a long descent on track and road to the foot of Waterside Hill, which, although well below the height of Shield Rig, would provide the most strenuous ascent of the day, the reward being a bird's eye view of the Water of Ken winding its way slowly past the day's objective. Most of the walking, apart from the major undulations, would be on forestry tracks and tarmac, with the off-road sections thankfully avoiding any areas of significant bog. While the avoidance of bog was appreciated, track and tarmac are unforgiving and would aggravate the lower leg problems each of us was now dealing with. Mine was the usual stressed left ankle, while Diane had developed an Achilles problem seemingly caused by one of her boots. Tonight, however, we'd be staying in a pre-booked hotel, which was why we'd had to walk so far from Laggan the previous day. Unfortunately, we'd been unable to book anything in St John's and had had to opt for the Cross Keys Hotel in New Galloway. This was about 3 miles down a busy road, which we hoped to get to by taxi in order to avoid a walk we'd have to repeat the following morning. Being out of food, we were also hoping that shops in either town would provide enough in the way of meat, fish, cheese or eggs, which are the main constituents of our preferred diet. If we missed a meal, it would be no big deal, but there was nothing at Polskeek the next night, so it would be a 2-day stretch without a substantial meal until we reached Sanka.
What the midges like then? I can still see some floating around.
Absolutely covered.
Nice headway. Whoa, who's this then? Donna, how are you doing?
Not so bad,
Alright, you ready for the off?
Yes, sir. Off on me jollies with my motor down my chest, making us look like $1 million.
Where are you heading?
That way.
No particular objective then?
No particular place to go. Back to Craig Alley, and then I'm actually unsure today. I'm just going to take it as it comes. But thanks for the last night. Lovely to meet you.
Aye, absolutely, likewise.
I'm saying best of luck. There's no luck involved. Enjoy it.
Donna, what's your channel?
Donna Van Senior, the lady in the orange van.
Ah, well there you go.
Right.
But, I'll be looking at that one as well. All the best. Don't let those midges in, mind.
They're a bit quirky. Right, nice to meet you.
All right, take care. All the best, Donna.
Bye.
Let's have a look at your haul. Oh, you did well to pick those blueberries, mind.
Lovely.
Hello.
Hello, it's charcuterie and cheese time.
First tick, we're going to see if the tick remover works
but it's only a little one, and the tick remover is a big one. So take it away, Diane.
I think it's too small for this tick remover.
Aye.
So the other
Wait till it swells up a bit.
The other method is to go round and 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 round. And apparently they let go. There it is.
Oh, sweet. You tick wrangler, you.
I just sat at Clattering Shores at the minute, have a little bit of a break. Walked in from White Laggan. How far was that? 5 mile. My ankle's giving me a bit of jip. Diane's having to wait for me, I think, but I'm using my poles now, and it's made a hell of a difference. Clearly the midges don't care for what time it might be, but you can see this. But they're loving me at the moment. I haven't got the smidge on my legs. Put it on my hands, my face, that seems to work really well, and then had my net on earlier. We've got to get up onto the road and then jump over the moors to St John's. I'm just thankful I could walk it all today, so you know, just happy to be able to press on. Out in? Well, hold on to it for me.
Bog, bog, bog.
Oh, the bog of eternal stench, yeah. Yes, I'm in it. What's that gate called, dear?
Got the site here.
That was a tough climb, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Beware, if you're doing the Southern Upland Way, you need to have your act together at Dalry. It looks really nice, really pretty. It's a metropolis until you get to the likes of Moffat. But it has now really,
And if you're
including
gonna,
the taxi
I think
service.
if you're going to come and you want food, book ahead.
Aye, absolutely.
Book ahead to make sure that is it the Buchan? Is it called the Buchan?
No, the Clacken.
The Clacken.
Clacken.
Clacken. In.
It looks like it's great for food.
Oh,
And it's a nice looking pub and serves great beer. But everything needs to be booked at that at Dalry. Like.
Diane, what are you doing and why are you doing it?
I'm doing a park fry up.
What we having for tea tonight?
We're having a big breakfast from the local store,
Aye.
which is black pudding, haggis,
Duck eggs,
duck eggs,
sausages.
sausages, and some beef
Aye.
things.
And why are we having it?
Because there's bugger all open.
The rain's gone and
lovely
the
now.
sun has come out, and everything's looking rosy. Yeah, everything's going in now because we literally are not entirely sure where we're going to get food from for the next few days.
Well, we are going to go back to the shop in the morning.
Aye.
Probably
The nice man's shop.
Yeah, the nice man's shop. If this is nice, we're going to get another one of these to take with us to the
Aye.
next. It's a wild camp next, isn't it?
Aye. I think Diane was preparing to cook in the hotel room.
No, I wasn't.
that's what you
I
said.
said it, but I didn't mean
But
it.
you know,
Never.
it's difficult to cook under the fire sprinklers.
After 3 nights of something fairly basic.
Yeah.
This is lovely.
Based around what was that mushroom? Dryad salmon mushroom, sardines, corned beef, and
saucisson sec.
sausage.
Strange mix.
The sausage sec was always.
And eggs. We had eggs the first
Oh,
couple
did
of
we?
nights.
Aye, right, okay.
I like the phone box. It's blue and it's got lots of coloured things on it.
The glasswork's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's a little leaflet thing now. That's nice, isn't it?
Aye.
Starting from White Laggan Bothy, it's at times soggy descent, about 300 metres down to the track at Black Laggan. It's across the White Laggan Burn, then onto a good logging track alongside Loch Dee with the Dungeon Hills in the background. Across the Green Burn, there, followed by the Blackwater of Dee. This part of the track along here undulates sort of gently here in places, but this is pretty flat, all the way to Clattering Shores, which is about 5 miles away. You can't actually see too much of Clattering Shores itself because it's quite heavily wooded here, but there's seems to be a fairly popular wild camping spot around here, though it's not massive. After that, it's a kilometre uphill to the road, short distance on the road, followed by a long drag uphill on an at times wet trail, although there's quite a bit of duck boarding. Somewhere around here is the Waymark. I won't say exactly where it is. And it's onto the moor, over Shield Rig, which is in the foothills of the Rins of Kells, kind of coming down here. So very rocky round here, or at least rugged and exposed. So descending to the Garrick Burn at Clenry, where there's a disused, abandoned house. We had some lunch there, followed by more fairly steep descent on track down to the road at Drumbuie. I mean, these are just houses, not any places of significance. Then about 3 kilometres following the Garrick Burn, on road, no problems there, to the foot of Waterside Hill. This is probably the most aggressive ascent of the day. It doesn't quite hit the summit, it sort of passes over the shoulder. And you're presented with a fantastic view of St John's Town of Dalry below. Off the far slope, down past a hydroelectric station where I believe there's a salmon ladder. It's pretty visible when you're walking down past it, to the road, across the road, then following the Water of Ken along to a footbridge here. into the town of Dalry. From where we were heading in this direction to New Galloway, but otherwise you would head out of town on this road, very steeply uphill. But that's for another day. One other thing I'd like to say quickly about our Dalry experience is that it has limited facilities. It does have an excellent pub, which is so excellent that its accommodation is usually booked. Tables to eat are usually booked. When we got into the town, it was raining, or it began raining quite heavily. The taxi service is non-existent. Taxis need to come from either Castle Douglas or Dumfries, and that's going to cost you 30 quid to start. So if you're going any further, taxi is not the way to do it. And in fact, there's nothing else other than thumbing a lift, really. We were very lucky because the shopkeeper of Wright's shop actually gave us a lift the 3 miles to New Galloway, for which we will be forever grateful. Which made our plans to be 3 miles away here, much more doable. So just be aware that unless you want a drink in the pub only, then it's possibly not going to be any good to you.